Happy Monday, Drug Profit Academy, and all those chiming in wherever you are. Good to be with you on Monday, last Monday of the month, June 24th. Let's go. All right, guys, welcome. Want to make sure that you guys can see me, by the way. That'd be good if you can see me. Just do this, guys. Get rid of that. And then switch up my camera. Let's go. Here we go. All right, fantastic. Guys, welcome. Good to see you. Good to be with you today. Yeah, here I am. All right, let's go, man. Truck Profit Academy people, welcome to everybody else in the trucking industry who is chiming in, watching, who's been a part of this series. Welcome. I'm excited to be with you today to go over the next phase of this series, the Truck Profit Accelerator Systems Blueprint. We're talking about technology. This is one part, and this is one component of it, like it's through systems. We've been talking about the systems blueprint, but specifically, this is technology that we've been talking about for the last few weeks. We're going to do this next installment, which is integration. All right, but before we get to that, let's do the introduction. Let's go. So if you didn't know, By the Book Consulting is a company. If you're in the Truck Profit Academy, you know me. All right, so this is me, Cheston Bulgin, senior consultant over here. You can reach us at 888-4BTB now, 888-428-2669. All right, that's how you reach us via phone, which you can also reach us on the web at bythebooksconsultants.com. It's bythebooksconsultants.com or youraccountingsuperhero.com. That will bring you to the same domain. You'll be able to reach out to us on the web at this website to contact us directly. Or you can reach out to me via email. It's Cheston at bythebooksconsultants.com. All right, so we are in a conversation today about systems, specifically technology. One of the big things that we help companies out with, specifically trucking companies out with, we do accounting and the financials for your business and the compliance for your trucking company and for like financial and tax compliance and everything like that. But also we make sure that you have the systems in place to run your company like a well-oiled machine. Now, if you're in this conversation, one of the things that you want is to be able to do more with less effort. And when I say do more, it means increase your profitability, be able to increase your capacity, to grow your company, scale it up, do all these things. But how do you do that? Well, we do it with the things that we talk about and we discuss inside of this conversation today, which is systems. All right, okay. That's what we're working on today in our conversation, systems. All right, but we help you out with QuickBooks and other technology, tax strategy, tax planning, and business advisory in trucking. That's what we do here. And today you're going to see a little bit about how to navigate and create the systems for your business to help you do more with less. That's what I want to say. All right, so Truck Profit Academy, if you're not a part of this group, you want to be a part of this group as soon as possible, okay? Because now it is free. All right, so what is Truck Profit Academy? Truck Profit Academy is a community that we've developed to make sure that we deliver content for you, strategies for you, resources for you, tools for you inside of the trucking industry so that you can be more profitable, keep more cash in the bank, all right, and make sure that you are doing your business in a way that delivers the overall intention, which is for you to have freedom, wealth, and legacy through trucking, okay? So we are dedicated to you through here to deliver content, and we keep coming up with more and more things, guys. There's in the background, what we're doing here is we're delivering, like we're looking at everything that it is that impacts you guys in a way where we can take out all the extras and deliver you a distilled way for you to get more results faster in trucking, and take out all the extra things that you don't need in there that cause you not to have those results with velocity in trucking. So we're in the background delivering a lot of the content, a lot of like distilled down, right? They want to distill this down so that you have exactly what you need, all right, to move forward in your business with speed and velocity, all right? So that you can have what you want at the end of the day, which is more profits, more cash, and more freedom, wealth, legacy. So if you haven't joined today, as of today, what you want to do is go to truckprofitacademy.com/go, all right, and get signed up today for free, all right? Quick disclaimer before we get started: the following is for educational purposes only and not to be considered financial, accounting, or legal advice. Please consult your tax, accounting, and or legal professional for specific advice. So let's go, guys. This is where we are here inside of our conversation. We are in the Cheap Truck Profit Accelerator Systems Blueprint. This is number one, is tech stack. All right, so we've gone over a lot of things. We've gone over trucking management software. We've gone over financial tracking software. We've gone over ELDs. We've gone over load boards. Okay, he's like, man, all this stuff. Do I really need all this? And is it it's so confusing for me to put all these together if I'm a trucking company, you know? Like, do I really need to do these or have these applications and have this technology in my business to help it run? Or is it going to make it more complex for me? Do I need to jump from thing to thing to thing to thing in order to run my fleet? Is it going to cause me more headaches? Well, no, it's not. It's not going to cause you more headaches. It's actually going to streamline your processes so that you can have a well-oiled machine operation moving forward, okay? And we're going to tie it together today, because what I found is that in today's conversation, this is what we're talking about: integration tools, right? To how to bring it all together, so we're not jumping from thing to thing to thing to thing. We can actually have a streamlined operation to bring all of it together, and then it becomes easy for you, easy to manage your business. Okay, all right. So when we think about making the jump, some people, let's just bring this out here. All right, some owners of fleets that I've spoken with are resistant to change. Okay, when it comes to technology, it's like either they're not really comfortable with technology, or they're used to doing things a certain way, and making those shifts seem almost impossible. They seem difficult, if not almost impossible for them to do, because they're just so used to doing things another way. Now, I invite you, if you're in this conversation and you feel like that, to put that aside for now, okay, to give that up for now, so that you have access to being able to do everything that you always wanted in your company, without restriction, without limitation, okay? And realize that it's not always going to be on you. The things that we want to do inside of business in general, especially in the trucking industry, is being able to leverage the use of others and the use of the technology to bring others together and lead them and be on the same page, okay? Now, you being able to deliver the technology in this way will help you, all right, to move that forward for yourself in your business. That's what I want to say. All right, so let's take a look. All right, so tech integration. All right, so now I want to talk to you a little bit about technology and how you can pull everything together that we talked about so far. All right, one of the things that I want to just lay out for you right now is the fact that we've talked about several things up until now in this conversation. A few things we talked about so far, and I'm just going to be with you real quick. Some of the things we talked about so far in the conversation, right, like up until now, has been, trucking management software, right? So trucking management software, if you want to really review that in detail, you can go back to the resource of videos on our YouTube channel or in the library here in the Truck Profit Academy. You can see those videos. But trucking management software is a great tool that we can use to manage fleet operations. From managing your drivers, to your equipment, to loads, to invoices, and all down the line, right, inside of your fleet operations, like communicating and everything else. Now, it would not be as effective, like trucking management software would not be as effective if it did not integrate or bring other technologies together so that you can come to this one place, this one hub, and use everything in one area at one time, okay? So if we think about integration and technology, the whole idea behind this is that you can have one technology speak to another technology and work together harmoniously, so you don't have to jump from thing to thing to thing to thing. So one of the things I'll see, like I have people that I speak with, and when we first look at their company, I'll see them, and they're using Excel spreadsheets sometimes to manage their finances in their fleet, and then they get on a load board. I think we talked about last week, like we get on a load board, like the load board, and then after they get on the load board, they'll get on their phone, right, and call over to the broker to lock in that load, right, and then once they lock that load in, they'll get an email, right, with the rate confirmation for that load, and they'll look at that rate confirmation, and then they'll make sure they text on their phone to their driver, right? They'll text on their phone to their driver, or they have some other communication like email. They'll email that to their driver, and then their driver will receive that information, and then they'll take that load or they go pick up that load from where it needs to be picked up, and then drop it off where it needs to be dropped off, and then they'll send the paperwork over. But it's all disjointed. And when I say disjointed, it means that we're going from thing to thing to thing to thing, which is technology to technology to technology to technology. Now, the one thing that's great about a lot of people is that they're actually using and leveraging, the most up-to-date technology when it comes to being online, right? They're using the electronic means to do this. Some people are not even doing that. Some people are really just writing things down on paper, right? And then making phone calls and giving information via phone call to drivers, right? Instead of using technology to deliver this, right? Now, what if you were able to bring all these components together, right, inside of your company? What if you're able to deliver that in a way where it would take less time, less effort, and all it can be is just a click of a button to move it from one stage to the next stage and have everything in front of you in one place where you can see fleet operations working right now, right? Well, that's what integration is about, bringing all those together into one place. All right, now, if you are in the stages of shifting, right, your trucking company, this is really for you, this conversation is for you. If you're really looking to shift your trucking company to the next level, that's you're looking to shift, then there's going to be a process that I would invite you to consider to implement inside of your business. It would be to have everything that you do from this day forward, every technology that you take on from this day forward, you want to ensure that technology has integrative capabilities. So what is integrative capabilities? All right, so let's do this, guys. Integrative capabilities. Basically, this means that if you have one technology that you're looking to take on inside of your company, you want to ensure that this technology that you're about to take on has the ability to integrate with whatever else you're looking to take on in your company. Okay? That's what you want. All right, so now, if we do this, guys, I'm going to share this with you in a second. All right. Now, for example, a lot of us use trucking manager software based on our conversation earlier. Now, if you have a trucking manager software, does it actually integrate with your load boards? Does it integrate with your load boards? Does it integrate with your electronic logging device? Does it integrate with your financial software? Right? Does it integrate with your fuel cards? Right? Now, this can go on and on. So there are different technologies that we use. We've talked about some of them already. Now, if we have one technology that we're bringing on, we want to consider, is it an integrative resource? Is it an integrated resource? Which basically means, is it going to be compatible with what we're looking to use moving forward? Right? Is it going to be compatible with what we're looking to use moving forward? Okay. Now, I have a client we work with, in fantastic, in terms of like we do their accounting, right? And they didn't realize that we did more so than just the accounting aspect, the tax aspect of their business, because they're trucking. They didn't realize that we did all those things inside of trucking to bring the systems together. They knew that we were really good at the tax strategy and good at the accounting aspect of it and the tax savings aspect of it. But what they did not know, what we did not share with them up front, was that we are really good at putting together the pieces, the building blocks of your infrastructure for your trucking company to manage your fleet, right? So they went out and decided to buy into a TMS, trucking management software. And guys, sometimes like the tech solutions that companies build, they build it not from the aspect of the owner of a trucking company, right? So when that happens, they're just thinking of like maybe one, two, three, a few aspects of what it is that you do in the industry, but they're not thinking about the operation as a whole. So as such, some things are missing. Like for example, side note, for example, financial tracking. Like there's more. Your major expenses are going to be fuel, drivers, maintenance, insurance. All right, so those are going to be your main expenses inside of trucking. And there are more than just that, right? That impact you, that you can actually develop a really good action plan for efficiency around these other expenses that go on. So that you're going to have office expenses. That you can have travel expenses that are not related to the specific load that you're on or the job that you're on, right? That you could have other administrative fees and sales, and in some cases you have like sales teams and everything else that go along with what you do. So there's an additional expense outside of that we want to be able to monitor and track. And sometimes there are cash flow type transactions where you're pulling money out of your business to fund other things, like you're funding your lifestyle. We call that a distribution. You take money out of your business. We call that a distribution that you take from your business, or a draw that you take out of your business, right? And there are other things that impact your business financially, and your trucking management software is not really equipped financially to deal with all of those different and complex financial situations that you would come across as a trucking company. It's pretty basic when it comes to finances, right? So they're not thinking about all those things, right? So another way that this shows up, specifically with the client that I'm dealing with, is that like some softwares, they'll build their software completely standalone, where it does not really connect or talk with any other software. They want you to use this exclusively as the end-all solution, right? And it doesn't allow you to bring in other technologies and talk to those, so that you can have a holistic approach to your trucking company and your operation, your business. Okay. Now, with that being said, it's an investment, guys, is what I want to say. It's an investment, not just of money when you go into a new software. It's an investment of your time to put all those resources that you have in your company into this one resource, which is the technology that you're about to use. Like there's an onboarding process. There's time to build it out on the front end, to import all of your drivers and input all of your equipment and onboard like all of your team to know how to use the technology and deliver that in a way where it's going to serve everybody across the board. So there's a lot of investment that's upfront and when we make these shifts in technology, right? Now, if you're going to make this investment, it makes sense for you to make it in a way where it's going to be flexible to your needs, right? So the client I work with, they went ahead and made this the choice to work with the software, specific trucking management software, great software, but it's like exclusive, which means it doesn't connect with anything outside of itself, right? It doesn't talk to anything. It doesn't allow you to integrate anything. Doesn't push anything over to financial software. Doesn't really bring in electronic logging devices like your geo tracking and everything does not come through. So it really does handicap them in a lot of ways, right? It's really good for dispatching, like that component of the business, and making sure that everything is associated, every transaction is associated with a particular load, yes, but it doesn't take into account all the other components of the fleet so well and all the other technology that it uses to help manage and run their business, right? So up front, what we want to do, what we want to consider, this is what I'm inviting you to consider, is to make sure that when you're doing your research for any type of technology, you want to make sure it has integrative capabilities, which means that it is easily connective or talks to other software. Okay. For example, if it connect to your load board, you can import load boards, right? And you can see loads right there inside of your TMS. If you're going to choose a TMS, right, you want to make sure it integrates with all the load boards that you use. You want to make sure it integrates with your QuickBooks if you're using QuickBooks or whatever financial software that you're using. You want to make sure that you have fleet tracking capabilities with your electronic logging device, not just with the software itself, but you want to be able to track, fleet activity through your ELD, which is a major thing. So you can see like logging, like electronic logs. You can see whether or not there's compliance there with your drivers. You can see telemetry, right? It's a really good one. Really good software would enable you to have the telemetry, which is basically it's reading the diagnostics from the unit, from the truck that's being run. And you can see like what's going on mechanically by the ECU, right? The ECU is going to communicate with your software so that you know in one place like how all of your equipment is doing. How about that? That'd be like fantastic to see, right? So when you're looking around for technology like this, you want to have a solution that allows you to integrate all into one. Now this eliminates, guys, what this does is eliminates a lot of what we call disjointedness. All right, so disjointedness basically means that we're not streamlined in doing things like right down the line, right? Imagine this. A straight line is always the fastest way to a result in life, right? Straight line is always the fastest way. Now, anytime I deviate from the straight line, I lose time and I have more effort, okay? Now, if I am in one software and have to deviate from that software to see what I need, I've lost time and I've lost effort, which means I lost really money at the end of the day and scalability and performance, right? But if I can have it in one place and I don't have to be disjointed, which means I don't have to deviate from that one area any bit, then you can have the results in an area in your business where other people would not, right? You're just operating a lot more efficiently in this area when others would not seem to be as efficient as you. You guys realize that I do so much, right? in my businesses, right? I'll do a whole lot, and it seems as though I'm all over the place, like everywhere. It seems like I'm everywhere at once, is what I want to say. Like I'm like everywhere, right? And doing all these things. But what I can do, it seems like I can do so much more than the average person. But it's not that I'm more capable than the average person. It's just that I have less deviations, is what it is. I have less deviations from the path than somebody else would, which means I'm more likely to have a faster and a more streamlined and powerful result than another person, because the other person is going to deviate and I won't, right? But this is the access I'm giving you, is so that you can have your tools be as such so that you don't have to deviate, right? You can be right in one place one time, all your systems right here, and they can talk to one another. So there are a couple other things, all right, that we want to talk about. Like, what are some of the tools that we can use to help make sure that we are streamlining the processes in our business, and we don't have to deviate. We can have like a lot of straight line movement, right? So up front, we want to set up some things. You guys realize that a great tool to use, number one, is what we call an ERP. So let's come back. All right, let's come back. Great tool to use. All right. Then we call it ERP. Enterprise Resource Planning Software. Right, so basically this what this is. It's a technology that puts departmental, like cross-departmental aspects together. So what does that mean? All right, so it brings everything into one. So you have your operating, you have your sales, you have your marketing, you have your finances, all in one place, right? This is what it does. And then you can actually assign different people to different departments inside this software, and different people can have access at different levels to what they need to see overall. Imagine this, you run your company from one place and everything is right there in an ERP, right? And the higher ups get to see the 360 degree view. And then the people who are responsible for what they're responsible for get absolute focus in those departments for which they are responsible, okay? Now, by doing this, we bring everything together, right? This is what an ERP does. It brings everything together. This is something like, you guys have heard of Salesforce is like an ERP. Salesforce is an ERP. It brings all those systems together, right? Fantastic software solution, right? NetSuite is another one that does that, right? Oracle is a big proponent of bringing everything together that way, right? Fantastic. All right, you can use these technologies for your trucking company, by the way, to help run it. You can also use these in other companies, but really inside of trucking, your ERP, your Enterprise Resource Planning software, can be a great tool for you to leverage to bring every component of your company together, whether safety and compliance, fleet operations and fleet management, even like your TMS could be a part of this, right? In some ways, your financial aspects, your financial software and tracking can be inside of this whole software. Everything can come together, right? That's one thing, right? The other thing is, in technology-wise, we have a tool that we can use. One of my favorite tools Zapier, all right? You create Zaps, right? So this technology here, if you're not familiar with Zapier, it allows you to have one technology talk to another technology and perform tasks so that when something happens, it triggers it, and then it performs another supportive task for another technology. So, for example, let's say that you have a TMS that does not integrate automatically with your financial software. Well, you could create a Zap, what we call it, that allows your TMS, when something happens in your TMS, like you deliver a load, your TMS can trigger an invoice being created in your financial software, right? And you can also trigger it to create a line in your Excel spreadsheet if you wanted to, right? To give you a certain metric that you wanted to see, right? So you can build these different, almost like coding it out, but simple. It's not like you have to know how to code, right? You can just build out simple tasks to have one technology talk to another technology to create tasks in that. And you can save so much time, right? By having that integrated with everything that you do. And hopefully that makes sense, guys. That's what I'm talking about. What I really want you to get in this conversation, I want to leave you with this, okay? This is important. What I really want you to get is to lean on integrative solutions. I want you to have a paradigm, a thought process where you're using an integrative thought process to what you are delivering in your trucking company. Like, so everything that you do inside of your trucking company, in the back of your mind, really, the thought process is, well, how can I bring it all together in one place, right? Now, when I'm going out here and looking at new software to implement into your tech stack, to implement in the tech stack, does it have that capacity to integrate? Is it going to allow me to bring it together with everything that we've already built out so far, right? Is that something that's there when you're making the decision to bring on new technology? Okay, so that is the thought process we want to have. Can it be integrated? Can we do everything in one place? All right. Now, what this does for you, again, saves time, makes it more efficient. You can do more with less. You can really look as though like you're an army of one. If you're somebody who's a small fleet owner and you put all these together, it can look like you are a larger company once you are, because you just have the systems in place technologically to deliver exactly what you needed to deliver, right? So you operate with speed, efficiency. You can do a lot more with less, right? Now, you take this into your business, you can scale easy, right? You can actually train people easier because you actually understand the systems that are in place for them to be trained on, okay? And I'm hoping that this conversation is helpful for you in terms of allowing you to leverage technology in a way where you do more with less. You can integrate everything together. You don't have to have a disjointedness. You can be straight down the line and get streamlined results inside of your business, inside of your trucking company, day in and day out, because you just have the setup built that way, right? Guys, it's been great being with you tonight. Take this on, guys. Live a lifestyle inside of your trucking company where you're bringing systems together and you're integrating everything together, and watch and see how you flourish in trucking more so than you have been ever before. All right. That's what I want for you. It's been great being with you tonight, and I will see you next